probably 600 pounds.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Been a long time. It was a good bird, though. It really was. It just was not what we needed to refuel jets. That was the problem. And LeMay knew that when he took it. But he also knew that Boeing was, that the 135 was in the works.
Yeah, yeah. Nice being back on board one again.
Oh, yeah, yeah. Interesting.
It is.
Goodness gracious.
This is great to be here with a veteran doing it.
Well, I appreciate it very much.
No, we thank you for coming out.
I'm just trying to remember.
It's surprising they didn't distribute the fuel weight evenly left and right.
Yeah.
Well, I don't guess it was really that critical. Couldn't, well, it must not have been.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean it's pretty
Now,
close to the
we
center line of the
carry a good
airplane.
bit of cargo, and we did sometimes going overseas or something. This cargo door right here,
I was gonna say
Mhm.
there's
See
a
this?
transport right there.
right here.
Mm-hmm.
So it's a pretty good sized cargo door. One thing the boom operator had to do was to make sure these were all latched. The handle's got to be in the right position, of course, but you got to make sure everything, you got two handles here, one there and one there. You had to make sure they were actually latched.
Yeah, it would be good to not.
Don't believe the handles. Handles you can break and so on and so forth, but that caused one accident on 135, if I remember. I don't think it brought the airplane down, but it sure tore things up.
Oh man, it made for an interesting flight.
That's part of the tie down.
Okay.
Probably a 1,500 or 2,000 pound strap.
Okay.
Well, didn't mean to drop it. I'm glad it didn't go ahead and get you.
Well, no, it's all right. Trust me, I've been cut and bruised by these things already out here.
One thing I don't see is any oxygen tanks. There's been oxygen tanks.
We have them
somewhere.
all. They're just in storage.
They're in storage?
Yeah,
Okay.
we do have all the tanks for it.
Okay.
So we have a whole bunch of them.
Yeah, you're gonna. Well, when you're using gaseous oxygen, you're gonna have a lot of them.
Yeah.
Not like using LOX like we used in later airplanes.
Yeah, we have I think we have a couple dozen oxygen tanks.
Yeah, you would probably have that many, and they probably would have been back and back on the right side of the aircraft, right side of the boom pod in that area somewhere, I think. Although they may have had some downstairs too. I don't know. The only thing I'm missing, I don't see, as I said, is that
oil tank.
50-gallon oil tank.
I'm going to bet you any money it was down. It was right here. It's
I think
out
it
of
probably
there.
was.
Yeah.
Because I use, with the KC-97, smart boom operator had two sets of flying fatigues, one to pre-flight in and one to put on after he was done pre-flight, and then put the other one in a baggie to take home and wash. I mean, it was just...
Hey, what's up?
Hey, when you get done, will you close the gate to the tower?
Oh yeah.
You don't have to lock it. Just,
Yeah.
it's
If
got
Jim
the
has
gate
to
on.
leave,
Pretty cool, huh?
I think
Where
I've...
is it stored in this big?
Nothing. This one. This is neat.
If Jim has to leave, I think we've
No, we're
probably
good.
got it.
There's a
Okay.
gate on the fence.
Yeah.
You're talking to a board member here. Chris is big time.
Oh jeez.
I'm little penny stuff here.
Thanks for the help, Jim.
Oh, not a problem.
Thank you, Jim.
Yes, thank you.
Good luck to you. Thanks for your service.
You got the building lock?
Yeah, just leave the key in the cart.
Oh, in the golf cart?
Yeah, and then you
Yeah.
tell them how to get out.
I'll do that.
But just flip the gate on that tower.
Yeah,
I
that's
think
no
you guys are the last ones out.
Okay.
I gotta go to my
Here's something too,
All right.
Greg.
Have at it.
Thank you. Looks like
Fuel dumping.
This is a great airplane.
Let's put this up first.
get out of there.
No, but we can just control
Okay.
it outside.
Fuel dump switches, and they're inside here.
Yeah. This would be a good airplane to do it though.
You actuate your dump switches, allow boom hydraulic pressure to reach maximum, and then turn A1 pumps on high. And that's how you dump your fuel. If you lost an engine maybe on takeoff or right after takeoff, and you're real heavy, you got to get rid of the fuel.
Yep.
So that's how you got rid of it.
Okay, just wrap them up in there. Okay, I'll leave the cart where it goes. Thank you.
Oh, well, that's an accumulator of some sort, I think.
Yeah, that's what I was looking at too.
It's a fan to cool guys.
Oh, okay.
You're using on a
Right
day like
there.
today.
Yeah. But this really was a perfect day.
This is. Not too hot. You can see how a little bit warmer it'd be really uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Oh, sure.
You know.
I flew on these out of Guam, flying missions out of Guam in 1960, I think it was. And it was warm.
Oh yeah.
Not as warm as Thailand was with the KC-135s in '66. Or Okinawa.
So you were on 135s as well?
Yes. 9 years on 135s.
Oh wow.
Nice airplane.
Yeah, oh yeah. Still
You
going.
guys got a nice one here.
Yeah, do you know that airplane?
What's that?
Are you familiar with that airplane?
No, the 135. No, not. When you're overseas, in Spain, we were there a couple of 3 times, and then Okinawa, down at Sadahi by the sea, on the Gulf in Thailand, and wherever you go, you're not always flying your own airplane because there's maintenance schedules and everything. You fly, in fact, in Spain during Cuba. What you would do, you would spend one day, you'd do nothing probably but pre-flight airplanes. You might pre-flight 4 or 5 airplanes, and every one of them was ready to go. Then the next day you might be flying airplanes, and you'd grab your oxygen bag, your helmet bag, and your briefcase, and climb on board and kick the tires, light the fires, and go offload 75,000 pounds of fuel to a B-52. Back down on the deck and total flying time might be 35 or 40 minutes. So then you'd fly maybe 3 in a row, and that's the way they did it, just to keep things moving. And so you relied on everyone else, and everyone relied on you, and that was Curtis LeMay was a real stickler when it came to standardization. And the standardization was his baby. And that was the key to stopping accidents and to doing something like this, where everyone was trained to do everything the same way.
Yeah.
And it worked.
Huh. That's amazing. Yeah, he was a real innovator.
I met Curtis LeMay twice.
Oh, did you really?
Yeah, my conversations both times were yes, sir. Once, twice, and I think once, just once.
I always loved the story about the cigar.
Yeah, and that's true. L.G. Simmons, who I went to school with in Wisconsin. He graduated a year before I did. L.G. Simmons was LeMay's bodyguard, and after the assassination attempt on Truman at the Blair House, every important person in government was assigned bodyguards. And I hadn't seen LG in a while, and saw him in Japan in '52, and he was at the Kodokan there, going to learning everything, And he had just been assigned as LeMay's bodyguard, and he was getting all of his judo training, all the other stuff, So, goodness gracious, been a long time ago. You need any more pictures, or you got what you're after? Or?
I might snap a few. I've been taking video, so I might snap a few pictures real quick. And
Okay. Where do you want me? Or do you want me anywhere?
Did you get him up in the cockpit or anything?
I got all video in the cockpit. If you want to go back up there real quick, we can.
Okay.
Let me